Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. This is your Sheffield United, Manchester United preview. It's Thursday night, 8 o'clock kickoff at Bramall Lane. Now Sheffield United have been abysmal this season. They are sitting bottom of the league. They've not yet won a game in the Premier League this season. They've registered just 1 point from their opening 12 games. Sheffield United have failed to win any of their last 7 league games at Bramall Lane. The game at Bramall Lane last season was 3-3. Don't forget, we overcame a 2-goal deficit. But we beat Sheffield United at Old Trafford last season by 3-0. It was Anthony Martial that had scored a hat-trick. Sheffield United's current manager is Chris Wilder. He's been Sheffield United manager since 2016. So he's enjoyed a good 4 years or so now with them. I give him a lot of credit last season because he did well. You know, Sheffield United finished was it 8th or 9th last season. Wilder's managed a few clubs in his managerial career. You know, before he was at Sheffield United, I think he managed Northampton, he's managed Oxford before, he's managed Halifax, and he's also managed Alfred Town. But I'm expecting him to be sacked, Chris Wilder. Sheffield United have got a few players out. Jack O'Connell is out for the season, so he obviously won't be playing on Thursday. They've got Keane Bryan out. And they've also got Oliver McBurney injured. Now, he's one of Sheffield United's key players. I heard that Simon Moore could also be a doubt. Obviously, Sheffield United have got Norwood. I think he's one of their key players. They've also got Musset. He's one of their key players. They've got John Fleck. They've also got Lundstrom. They've got Billy Sharp. They've got Phil Jagielka. They've also got Jack Rodwell. They've got Brewster. I think they got him from Liverpool during the summer. They've also got Burke. I think they got him from West Brom during the summer transfer window. So yeah, they are a few of Sheffield United's players. But we should be beating Sheffield United. We've done very, very well away from home. We have won our last 9 away games in a row in the league. So if we do beat Sheffield United, that will be 10 wins in a row away from home in the league. We haven't lost away from home in the Premier League since January. So we've gone almost a year now without losing away from home in the league. That's actually a good record. Now, obviously, we're coming into this game on the back of a 0-0 draw with Manchester City. Now, some Man United fans were disappointed with that result, and I think some Man United fans were pretty happy with that result. I said Manchester United needed to win the game, but to be honest with you, the game against City was very, very poor. It lacked intensity. There wasn't many chances in the game. Like I said, the best chance of the game was from Riyad Mahrez. That was the only real clear-cut chance, so the rest of the chances I think were half chances. Obviously, De Bruyne had a few for City. I think Sterling had one. We had a few as well. Rashford had a couple. McTominay had one. Bruno Fernandes had a couple of shots from the edge of the box. But we are unbeaten in our last 5 league games. You know, Sheffield United, their recent loss to Southampton by 3-0. That was their recent game. Now, I think in this game against Sheffield United, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will probably make a couple of changes from the 0-0 draw with Man City. Now, obviously, Edinson Cavani, he didn't play against Manchester City because he's been out with a muscle problem. I think, though, he should be available for this game against Sheffield United. We don't know if he's going to be available yet. We'll know tomorrow when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer does his press conference. But I think if he's available, he will start. I think Edinson Cavani has enjoyed a fantastic start to his Manchester United career. Obviously, the other week came off the bench and scored twice against Southampton. Also got an assist, so he changed the complexion of that game. He scored his first goal for the club in our 3-1 win against Everton. And he almost scored with his first touch when he came on against Chelsea. That was his Premier League debut. I said when we got Edinson Cavani, he will be the next Zlatan Ibrahimovic. We got him on a free transfer. Don't forget, on deadline day, he signed a 2-year contract with Man United worth 230 or is it 40 grand a week. So, there you go. Now, do you think Donny van der Beek will start this game against Sheffield United? Surprisingly, he didn't play any part against Manchester City. I actually don't know why. Donny van der Beek did play against RB Leipzig, but obviously didn't start. He came on as a substitute. He started against West Ham the other week. That was his second start in the Premier League for Man United, and he made his full Premier League debut against Southampton. When we have been playing Donny van der Beek recently, we have been putting him in that deeper role, but that's where he's more effective. But he can play in like 3 different roles, can't he? We paid £40 million for him from Ajax. Now, do you see Telles starting this game against Sheffield United? He didn't start against Man City. We started Luke Shaw instead. Luke Shaw's credit, though, I thought he did well against City. He put some good deliveries into the box from them corners. Kept City's winners quiet for a lot of the game. My only element of concern about Luke Shaw is injury prone. He's just recently come back from a hamstring problem. But like I said, in regards to Telles, I think he's going to be a very good signing for Man United. I think he has enjoyed a fantastic start to his Man United career. He had a bad game against RB Leipzig, but that was his first bad game since he come to Man United. We got Telles in a deal worth $15.4 million. Do you think there's a chance that Dean Henderson could be in goal for the game against Sheffield United? If he does get started in goal, he will be reuniting with Sheffield United, because don't forget, Dean Henderson did enjoy 2 successful loans with Sheffield United, and that's obviously what gained him experience. He's obviously had other loan spells before with Stockport, Grimsby and Shrewsbury. We got him at the age of 14. So he has been part of the club for several years. During the summer transfer window, he did sign a 6-year contract with Man United worth 120 grand a week. I think at some point, though, Dean Henderson will be our number 1, just not at this present time. Probably De Gea will remain in goal for the game against Sheffield United. I've got reservations about De Gea. He still makes mistakes. He's been making mistakes for the last couple of years, but to his credit, he's enjoyed some good games this season as De Gea. This is now his 10th season at Man United, so he has been a long servant. Do you think Paul Pogba will start this game? But on my next video, I'm going to be giving you my starting 11 prediction for this game, against Sheffield United. I think the only injury we've now got is Phil Jones. After Sheffield United, we are at home to Leeds. That's such a big game. You know, the old rivalry, and you know, the old rivalry is now back. You know, it's going to be the first meeting between Man United and Leeds in the Premier League since 2004. Don't forget, Leeds were relegated in 2004. And they was out of the top flight for a good 16 years or so, but obviously Leeds won the Championship last season. That was their first trophy in 28 years. Obviously, the last time we played Leeds was in pre-season in the summer of 2019. We beat them 4-0 in Australia. Played them back in 2011 in the League Cup, beat them 3-0. Owen scored twice in that goal and Giggs scored. And Leeds beat us back in 2010 in the FA Cup third round. Jermaine Beckford had scored. But there's been good games between us and Leeds, you know, over the years. Obviously, Leeds, the last time they won the title was obviously back in 1992. That was obviously the old First Division then. Got to say, Marcel Bielsa's a pretty good manager. Obviously, like I said, Bielsa was the one that taught Pep Guardiola, you know, when he was younger. So you can say Guardiola at City has been following Marcel Bielsa's philosophy. Obviously, Leeds have got a few players out for the game on Sunday, by the way. I think they've got Diego Llorente out. They got him during the summer. They've also got Robin Koch out. He's out till January. They got him during the summer as well, I think. They've also got Berardi out. And they've got Forshaw out. Calvin Phillips came back for them not so long ago. He should be playing on Sunday for Leeds. Obviously, they've got Rodrigo. He should be playing on Sunday for them. They got Rodrigo during the summer. A lot of people don't think he's really made an impact since he's gone to Leeds. He did have coronavirus, didn't he, earlier on this season. Rafinha, Leeds have also got him. They got him during the summer. They got that Helter Costa as well, didn't they, from Wolves. Obviously, they've got Bamford, you know, he's one of their key players. Obviously, they've got Alioski, you know, they've got Click, they've got Stuart Dallas. But yeah, I am really, really looking forward to the game. After Leeds, it's Everton. That's away in the Carabao Cup. That's a very imperative game for us because the Carabao Cup is a chance for us winning some silverware this season. And after Everton, we've got Leicester on Boxing Day, and that's going to be a tough game. So games are coming up thick and fast for Manchester United. So Solskjaer's obviously got big decisions to make, hasn't there? Now, we are prioritising 2 positions for the January transfer window. In January, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is looking to get a centre-half in, and we're also looking to get a right winger in. We might have to change our transfer plans because there's at least 2 players that are potentially leaving Man United, and that's Jesse Lingard and Odion Ighalo. We have had a lot of players on our agenda. I gave you the news yesterday, didn't I, on Jadon Sancho. Recent events at Borussia Dortmund could have given us a boost in our pursuit of Jadon Sancho because Dortmund have just recently sacked Lucien Favre. And Sancho made an admission earlier on this season saying that it has been hard for him at Borussia Dortmund this season. Dortmund have been poor this season anyway. You know, they've only won 1 of their last 5 games. They got hammered by Stuttgart on Saturday 5-1. That's why Lucien Favre had been sacked. Sancho was our number 1 priority target during the summer. But obviously Dortmund wanted a substantial £108 million, and we was not willing to meet their valuation, so that's why we didn't get him on the board. But it did say that like the personal terms had been agreed, the agent fees had been agreed, but we just couldn't come to an agreement on a fee. And Fabrizio Romano, he was talking about the Sancho saga a few times. So too was Christian Falk. He's from Build. And Sancho said a few times during the summer that he wanted to come to Man United. Dortmund did set a deadline, don't forget, until the 10th of August, to get him, and we failed to meet that deadline, so he ended up staying at Borussia Dortmund. We could get Sancho in January, or we could get him next summer, but we'll definitely go back in for him. Sancho's enjoyed a good this is his 4th season now at Dortmund, isn't it? Analysing the vast majority of his career at Dortmund, he's been very consistent. Dortmund only paid £8 million for him from Man City. He's got a contract with Dortmund, I think, is it till 2022 or 2023. Yesterday as well, I give you the news on Christian Eriksen. It said Man United interested in a shock transfer for him. But I'm very sceptical we'll get Christian Eriksen, because recent reports have said that Christian Eriksen has got no interest in coming back to England. He's interested in going to PSG. Don't forget we went in for Eriksen, was it last summer or was it summer before? But yeah, we did go in for him, but obviously we dropped out because Christian Eriksen said that he wanted to make a move to Spain at the time. Inter Milan are looking to offload him. He's been at Inter Milan now nearly a year. Inter Milan paid £17 million for him from Tottenham. And he's got a contract with Inter Milan till 2024. I think Inter Milan are demanding around £27 million. That's a reasonable fee. There was recently talks of a swap deal involving Eriksen and Granit Xhaka from Arsenal. Inter Milan were willing to do this. But Eriksen's good, he's well proven in the Premier League. He was a long-serving player at Tottenham. He enjoyed 7 years with them. We was obviously in for Eriksen, when he was at Ajax. That's where he began his career. You know the news on Dayot Upamecano. The Athletic have recently said that we've cooled our interest in him because we no longer consider him as a priority. And it says now Bayern Munich are leading the race. Dayot Upamecano is available for around £36 million. Or is it 37 or £38 million, whatever, at the end of the season, because that's when his release clause does become active. I think we could go in for Erling Haaland as well next year. Jack Grealish, he's been on our agenda. Eduardo Camavinga, he's been on our agenda. Grealish and Eduardo Camavinga, they both could be possible replacements for Paul Pogba. Solskjaer did say earlier on this season that he doesn't expect many ins or outs though in the January transfer window. Obviously, Ed Woodward has come out several times to support Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He says that he's still fully behind him, despite us having a poor start to the season. And I've said, during the summer transfer window, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wasn't backed enough by the board, and Solskjaer showed his frustration to our board quite a few times during the summer. The board haven't backed any of the managers that we've had since Alex Ferguson left, and obviously our recruitment policy's been poor for several years. I think the players we're going to get rid of next year is Jesse Lingard, Phil Jones, Marcus Rojo, Sergio Romero, because Sergio Romero is now our third choice goalkeeper. I think we'll also get rid of Matic, because he's too inconsistent now and he's aging up. He hasn't done well in the games he's played in this season. Towards the end of last season, though, did have some good games. Did Matic sign a 3-year deal before the start of this season, if I'm right? I think he did. A lot of United fans are expecting Paul Pogba to obviously leave next year. Daniel James, he could leave next year because he's lost his place in the team, and when he has been playing recently, he has been out of form. There's obviously been rumours of Brandon Williams going out on loan, because obviously Williams is our third choice left back now, following the arrival of Alex Telles. And Dean Henderson, could he go out on loan? There was rumours of that a few weeks ago. So there you go, and I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will still be Manchester United manager in January. Could still possibly be Man United manager at the end of this season. I think at some point he will get sacked, just not at this present time. I think the main explanation he is still Man United manager is because he is a club legend, and reflecting on that, our board have softened their stance on him. This is his second full season as Manchester United manager. And I did say, didn't I, this was always going to be a big season for Solskjaer. And I said if we could finish in the top 4 this season, and if we could win a trophy, that would represent a very, very good season for Man United. Then that would give us something to build on. Solskjaer recently said that Manchester United can win the Premier League. That won't happen this season. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013, so we haven't won that now for like 8 years. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been Manchester United manager now for 2 years. It's nearly now his 2-year anniversary at the club. And he's under contract with Man United until 2022. He's managed over 100 games for the club in all competitions since he got appointed in. But, like I said to you recently, I give you the few things what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer needs to do to prove he's the right manager for Man United, and obviously he's got to improve his decision making, because his decision making really concerns me, because he's made a lot of mistakes in games. I think he's also got to improve our performances. So, yeah. He's also got to improve our home form, because we've been absolutely dreadful at home. And I think next year he's got to bring the right players in. He's obviously got to get rid of the right players. I think he's got a good idea of what players he's going to get rid of anyway. Obviously, there has been talks of Mauricio Pochettino coming in to replace Solskjaer. Pochettino has been the favourite to take over. Obviously, Julian Nagelsmann, a few weeks ago, he was on our agenda. Massimiliano Allegri, he's been in our agenda a few times. Reports from Germany recently said that we could make a move for Thomas Tuchel if we sack Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in the next few weeks. But, like I've said to you, I have taken positives from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's tenure. There's not all negativity regarding Solskjaer, I think Solskjaer did well in his first full season last season, got us qualification for the Champions League, got us third, and he guided us to 3 semi-finals. I like the way he's promoted the youth. We've enjoyed some good periods under him. To his credit as well, he has made some good signings since he got appointed in as Man United manager. He's spent over £200 million at the club. He's brought around 10 senior players in. He's also brought a few young players in as well. We've seen a lot of players depart the club since he got recommended in. So they are the positives you can take. But reflecting on our inconsistency for a lot of this season so far, not all of the blame stems from Ole. Some of it obviously does. There's obviously some of our players that have got to take responsibility as well. But I think the biggest problems at the football club, like I said to you, was it yesterday? The biggest problems are Ollie, he's one of the biggest problems. Our board are one of the biggest problems. You can say our defence is one of the biggest problems because we've gone behind in so many games this season. We've gone behind in all 5 of our away games and come back and won. Goalkeeper, you can say that's a problem as well. Paul Pogba, he's one of the problems as well because, he's had such a long running transfer saga as Paul Pogba. His agent Mini Raiola recently said that it's very unlikely that Pogba will leave in January, but he said that Pogba can leave next summer. But Mini Raiola told 2Sport the other week that Paul Pogba's time at Man United is over because he's unhappy and he said he has to leave and he's got no intentions of signing a new contract. Paul Pogba spoke about his Man United future for the first time since Mini Raiola's comments, and Pogba said that he's always fought and he will always fight for Man United, for his teammates and the fans. And he did confirm he is 1000% involved in Man United's project, is Paul Pogba. Analysing the vast majority of Pogba's career, he's been inconsistent at Man United since he rejoined. He's had a good couple of periods, and I'll give him credit recently because I think he has really stepped up. Don't forget he came back from an ankle injury not so long ago, Paul Pogba. But Ollie did confirm that ankle injury was totally contrast to the one that he had last season. There's a good chance that Paul Pogba will go back to Juventus, actually. Recently said that Juventus are looking to get him on loan. We could possibly get one of their players, though, as part of the deal, like I've already mentioned. Maybe Ronaldo, Dybala or Matthijs de Ligt. Pogba's been linked with Real Madrid before. PSG, Barcelona and Inter Milan have been in for him. Don't forget, earlier on this season, we triggered that 1-year extension on his contract, so he's under contract with Man United till June 2022. Pogba wasn't happy about that. He's our most expensive signing at the moment because we paid £89 million for him. So there you go. In the last 8 years, we have been playing catch-up, like I've said to you. We haven't dominated English football since the Sir Alex Ferguson era. No manager at Man United or no manager in general will replicate Sir Alex Ferguson's legacy. Ferguson endured 27 years at the club. He won a total of 38 major honours, including 13 Premier League titles. Didn't win out in his first 4 years though, so he didn't settle in straight away, but it was amazing what he went and accomplished after that 4 years of not winning anything. But since Fergie left, we've been inconsistent. And before Ferguson came into the equation, we was inconsistent as well. In the last 8 years, we've spent over £1 billion on players. And we've brought over 36 players in since Ferguson left. People will say, reflecting on the money that's been spent at the club, we should be much more of a commanding position than we are in. 3 managers have been sacked as well since Ferguson left. That's Moyes, Van Gaal and Jose Mourinho. And, to be honest with you, Man United are not really known as a sacking football club. But we have only won 4 trophies since Ferguson left, and that was the FA Cup under Van Gaal and the Europa League, the League Cup and the Community Shield under Jose Mourinho. So there you go. So we actually haven't won a trophy now for nearly 4 years, and that's bad to our standards. I think we're sitting 8th or 9th in the league, and we know that's not good enough to our standards. But there again, we're only 5 points behind top, aren't we? Because we have been in form in the league recently. Like I confirmed with you yesterday, we got drawn against Real Sociedad in the last 32 of the Europa League. That's going to be a tough game because Real Sociedad are flying. They're top of the La Liga. Adnan Januzaj will be reuniting with Man United, and David Silva will be coming up against Man United as well. So anyway guys, that's everything to update for today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.